This call is being recorded.
Today is June the 30th, 2025. Will Berlinghoff is the voice of cosmic awareness, and Callista is energizer and questioner. Awareness, do you have a message, please, for the members and for the public?
Yes, this awareness does indeed have a message, but it would first start by saying, greetings, one and all. That this is a time to begin to realize at the depth of your being that you are part of a greater conglomerate, a greater collective than anything you ever have thought yourself to be part of. This particularly in relationship to that which is the human collective, that which is the mass consciousness that exists on this realm that you call Earth, planet Earth. And that there are for many thoughts along the line that they are separate, that you are each of you separate from a collective, be it the human collective or that which is the consciousness of Source itself, the collective consciousness of the united collective that is the divine Source itself. And in this separation, in this thinking that you are alone and separate from that which is your greater collective, including that of being part of the spirit collective of the divine Source itself, is that which opens up that possibility that there are those ones who know how it is and use the ignorance of humanity, of each of us, each of you, in that which is the journey that you are on. Now, what does this actually mean to each of you as individuals? For indeed, you are individuals. You are unique in your being. You are unique in that you are of a higher source that is the collective consciousness. And while you can say that there are those who come from the fifth or sixth or seventh dimension, that this awareness is saying that you actually all come from the unity of consciousness, collective consciousness, that is of the source energies itself, but that you are here having an experience, taking a journey through life that is challenging you, because it is separate from what this awareness has just spoken of, how you are part of the collective of humanity, of Source, of the Christos. That which is the greater context of your own being has been reduced down to that which is a singular being or entity, that you have been taught this is so, and that you are not part of a collective, although you are all part of humankind, of course, as is told to you. But what does that mean? You are not told. It is not taught to you. You have no understanding. And then when you also realize that this experience that you are having was by design, your design in the first place, but you have fallen asleep. You have become separated from that feeling, understanding state of comprehension to the truth of your own being. Now, you have heard this awareness speak many times of the inner self, the inner being, and it does carry on in the theme that this is indeed so. But such are the events and circumstances in this perplexing reality that you are finding yourself in right now, that it is hard to understand how it could be so that you are individual and unique, and that you need to find compassion for yourself, especially in these trying times when so much mistruth, misinformation, disinformation, lies, deceit are out there. Trying to deal with them, trying to understand them overwhelms many, and that there are those who are so overwhelmed that they cannot remember themselves. That is the majority of humanity, in fact, that they do not understand who they are, what they are, And that is why this awareness is taking the opportunity every time it has a chance to try to remind you of your unique individual selves, but now is trying to also help you understand that you are as well part of a collective, indeed, several collectives that merge into each other. You are the pinpoint edge or point of a pencil in consciousness that is unique and individual, and yet that pencil point is part of the pencil, and the pencil is that which is the collective in its totality. So here you are, having an experience that is very much based on a physical reality that most believe is the only reality, while not remembering that you are part of a collective consciousness as well, and that there is a process underway at this time, a journey even at this time, that is bringing back memory from that which is your innate being, your unique being that is of the source energies itself. And that the best way to realize this is to see it through the eye of the heart, or the eyes of the heart, the portal that is connecting you to that greater reality, the greater collective this awareness has spoken of today and is speaking of at this moment. Therefore, as you are going through the journey at this very perplexing time, when so much is happening out there, it seems, to remind yourself that during this journey that there are experiences that are happening to you right now that are challenging, to say the least, that are bringing in factors of human condition, the human body even, the avatar, some would call it, that you are residing in. And that within that context of that container, that avatar, that body that you are in, there are events and circumstances happening to you right now because there is a spiritual war happening. There is indeed a conflict of the greatest interest to Source itself, but also to each of you as you begin to remember yourselves, know yourselves from the inside out. This awareness brings this up yet again so that you can see that all the events and circumstances that are happening right now around you from outside of you, the dropping of bombs in Iran, the conflict in the Ukraine, health issues, many, many, many health issues that many are feeling and experiencing right now, which is causing great concern often to those who are having experience such as fatigue, confusion, aches and pains, and many more conditions that some call ascension symptoms, but that this awareness would say is the adjustment that is taking place at this time as you are moving into the new reality, the golden source reality that is upon you, that is occurring. And thus the events and circumstances that are outside, it is now the case that you must be doubly concerned not to fall victim to or prey of those who would misguide and rearrange the concepts of spirit that you are beginning to experience even more and more each and every day. How do you manage to go through it, you would ask? You manage by realizing that that which is around you is the illusion, and that you are beginning to awaken to the illusion, and that you are feeling compassion for yourself in this state, because at this time compassion is absolutely 100% required, especially compassion, consideration, love for yourself, that as beings of a high order, a high structure from that which is the divine source itself, you made plans before you ever came into this reality of what you wanted to be part of, and that is being part of the mass awakening that is underway at this time, but always funnels back to you first and foremost as feeling that which is the energies of the source as the guiding force of your life. The deeper understanding being from the heart, not the mind. The mind is essential, of course, to work out details, to figure a way through the complex patterns that are formed in and around you. But the actual depth of the conscious awareness of you being of a unity consciousness, the collective of the source itself, is through the heart. The feelings of the heart, the sight, the hearing, the knowing that comes through the heart are all essential for each and every one of you to navigate your way through the quagmire that you are wading through at this time. And that is why at this time it is important to go easy on yourself in the degree of not beating up on yourself if things don't quite go right, or that you judge yourself in context to reality that does not actually exist, but in the way that you believe it to exist. This in itself is a complex way of thinking of it. But how you believe, how you think, how you imagine, how you hold yourself, these are all essential issues at this time as you wade through the complexity of that which are the unraveling events that surround you. But they do surround you so that you can begin to understand that this is not the truth coming to you. It is that which is the delusion you are experiencing, but have forgotten that you as a part of the Creator being, indeed, the pinpoint lead point of the pencil on the paper that is tracking your journey and tracing it and drawing it out, all of which are there within you, so that as you become more familiar with this, more forgiving of it when there are mistakes made or misapprehension of information or misunderstanding, inner understanding, one might even say, to help you start the successful journey that you are on. And that has much to do with going through the heart, to pray to Source and Spirit, to pray to yourself, to speak to your own inner beings, including the inner self, which includes the low self and the high self and you, the middle self. And then that all is connected to Source Self. This is all here now, making itself available if you should choose it. And being in regard to what is best and what best serves you, then you can start seeing that much is available to you to help you get through these times, including realizing that the food you eat may need to be looked at. Your exercise routines may be added to or lessened, that the way you look at the life needs to be adjusted. There is so much that this is in itself sometimes very overwhelming. But if you remember this most important fact of all to the journey that you are in, that you are divine, that you are part of the Oversoul, of the Great Spirit, of the Divine Source, of the God that is all and everything, that is much more than a masculine entity, this awareness might add, that you can call to you the forces of consciousness that are all part of the collective of consciousness that this awareness began with today. And that as you speak the words to yourself, that you are here and you ask for the help of Source and Spirit to have compassion for yourself and all that surrounds you, even the ones that you are not in favor of, the dark ones, for they too think they are here and for their own purposes. That is going astride of the talk this awareness is giving you right now. But to be compassionate, to be in that state from the heart that says, I am here because I chose to be here. Never forget this, that you have chosen to be part of these times, that you have chosen to be part of the energies and part of the collective that is awakening at this time, and that it is all right to struggle and be confused and say, I do not get it. Please, God, please, Divine Source, please, Great Spirit, send me your hand. Let me hold your hand. I ask for guidance. I ask for delivery at this time to find my way through this and to remember myself as part of the collective of Source itself, a unique pinpoint in the consciousness of the divine, but nonetheless in existence at this time. And so that as you go through the journey and as things unfold around you, that you have the inner guidance from that which is the heart connection to your own being from the higher levels of consciousness that you are part of, to guide you, to support you, to send you the love and the light of the Source itself as you make your way through the race that is this life you have chosen to call in and be part of. And it is an amazing journey, and it is an amazing time. And to hold it to be so is that which will indeed be helpful to you. And to hold that you are in communication from within to the heart that is the heart of the divine Source itself will be that which is the factor, which is the point of the journey, that you are here now to be part of the transition that is underway, and to know it, and to accept it, to be compassionate to it, and to be loving to yourself in the light of Source. And so it is. That this awareness is complete in its opening message today.